I looked up and the room was angelic. It was the most beautiful thing ever. And I got up and I started dancing. And all through the whole experience, I was too scared to get out of bed.
Yeah.
But that changed the reality. Something goes, oh, this is beautiful. Life can be this or life can be that. And I felt the polars in one night.
Yeah.
And it was so incredible. But it was just that feeling that I wanted again and again and again. And I am probably an addict in my essence. There's something aside of me, and I know can't really get addicted to psychedelics, but you can
definitely get addicted to the feeling and the gratification you get from going into that world.
Exactly.
Definitely.
And I ran down that for a while, and it did. I fully lost myself then, and that's why I want to do these podcasts, or why I want to talk to people, or why I want to learn more, is because I think they're such important conversations to have, because I didn't have the truth. I never had the honest information. I was just, you do that and you're never part of the family, or you do that and you're a bad person.
And this is what I first thought, definitely growing up, and that's what you're told by your kids, and that's what you tell your kids in schools, and that's what they teach. But so many people have become the people they are today that I know around me, helping out in community centres, running youth groups, being like amazing artists and so on. They've all learned something from drugs, and you can easily lose yourself in the addiction side of things. But we got to think again to the Jungle Book thing. You can change your life, and it can be one thing or the other.
And it truly, and I do think that answer was therefore always inside of me. But honestly, I wouldn't have found it if it wasn't for that. For me, I wouldn't have had that answer. So for me, it did help me. But I do think people can go on to find the answers and live their experiences and become conscious thinkers or anything without it. But I do think for those certain amount of people that did get to the end goal, did get to the end of the road and go, I need new experience, I need something else. It's a tool, and I do believe it can be used as a tool.
On the flip side, like I did the same for a long time. I would be taking acid or psychedelics all the time. I counted one year where I literally slept for only 4 Fridays of the whole year.
Wow.
On amphetamines and acid every weekend. But then it started to change me as a person. I feel maybe my speech has never really recovered either from a lot of drugs that I've taken. Not that it's that bad to begin with, but
not noticed, no.
For a long time I felt really mumbly.
Okay.
I couldn't get any words out. I would stumble, mumble, feel almost like a pisshead would be in the peak of his night. And then eventually I dipped into research chemicals for a while. We tried everything we could order online, literally everything. Some of them were amazing. I felt myself as a guinea pig in this world where these Chinese makers are making these drugs, shipping them over, and I was just trying things for the first time. But I always had that aspect as a knowledgeable drug taker is a good drug taker. So you need to research these things online, see what you're taking, measurements, what effects it's had on other people. There's a website out there called Arrowhead where it's really helpful for people to get experiences from other people quite truthfully. And it'll tell you what's in these compounds and so on. So I learnt these things, but even a knowledgeable drug taker could still be silly.
Yeah.
So I've taken a dose. I've only taken this drug once before, 4-HOMIPT.
Okay.
Taken it once before, and then I went for a night out in Leicester, and I just got lazy, and I figured, I couldn't be bothered to sort it out properly.
Right.
Dark in the smoking area, so I just took my whole lot that I had with me. And it was about 3 or 4 doses worth.
Right.
I'd had this one dose once before in the woods, and it was already really, really powerful. The next thing I remember, it was about 5 minutes later, I was going for a wee in the toilet. I was laughing at myself in the mirror. Just caught sight of my face, and I looked really giggly and funny. I was laughing, and then that's the last thing I remember.
Seriously?
I woke up 2 days later in hospital after having a cardiac arrest.
Wow.